All right. So it seems like Blake Lively is being compared to as Hollywood Karen.
What does that
5 years
mean?
of
This is really surprising, and there's been a lot of backlash for Blake Lively for a couple of reasons. Number one, there was a recent interview that was published regarding a promotion in 2016 of a movie that she did with her co-star Posey, and the interviewer was actually quite embarrassed because she led the interview by complimenting or just basically saying, "Congratulations on your bump."
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
So the reporter Kirsty published this YouTube video, and it's titled "The Blake Lively Interview That Made Me Want to Quit My Job." And Kirsty published this August 10th. It has had now 3 million views and growing, and has been covered so far by multiple outlets. Okay. And essentially, I kind of feel bad for Blake because this is a situation that is adding on to the bad marketing and PR that she's being accused of for her most recent film, It Ends With Us.
But 15 seconds. That's all it takes.
Now, for those who do not know, It Ends With Us is covering a deep, serious topic. It is about DV, and it's a serious subject matter. And there's also complaints that at the end of the film, normally when you have shows that are around a serious topic, there is either a crisis line or a helpline or some kind of support that is offered to the viewers because it is, a triggering topic, right? Blake has been criticized for all along. Number one is that as she's going through the promotion of the film, it seems like her interests are her hair products and the clothing to wear.
That's what I'm saying. His wardrobe was beautiful.
Okay, one of the things that she's being criticized for is calling out to women, "Hey ladies, bring your florals out, wear your florals and come watch this movie." Okay, that is not a reason to watch a movie about DV. It is not about what you're wearing. It is about the subject matter, what you can learn about it. It almost seems as if, not seems, it is a bit insensitive. For those women and men who suffer from DV or who have, who are watching this very serious film, including the producers of the film, the other actors in the film that are trying to tell this story about DV, it's really downplaying the actual, purpose of the movie. What is the purpose? What is the story? It is not about, Blake's new hair product. It is not about, cross marketing it with her husband's movie Wolverine, right? And Deadpool. And it should not be about anything other than the subject of the film, the reason of the film, the fact that he bought the rights to the book It Ends With Us. And so coupled with that, this very week, 9 days ago, on top of the criticism of her being insensitive to the subject matter, Kirsty publishes this Mean Girls interview. It opens up with Kirsty, saying to Blake, "Congratulations on your little bump." And Blake immediately says, "Well, congratulations on your little bump." Now, mind you, the backstory here is, first of all, the interviewer was not pregnant. We've come to learn that the interviewer actually is infertile. And so immediately you can kind of tell, if I was a body language expert, which I'm not, and I'm sure some body language experts are going to hop all over this, you could tell she was super uncomfortable. And then as the interview goes along, there is a lot of side conversation that's happening between her and her co-star. It almost as if the interviewer didn't even exist. In fact, Kirsty, the description is quite short. Sitting down with Blake Lively and her co-star Parker Posey for Cafe Society 2016, this is 8 years ago, is the most uncomfortable interview situation I've ever experienced. Is it not okay to congratulate someone on their pregnancy or to ask another woman about costumes she's wearing in a film? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, there were 2 really sort of like icky moments in this interview that Blake is being called out for. And in fact, the director, the co-producer and director of the film, actually hired an emergency PR person for reputation management, the same person who handled, Johnny Depp's situation when he was with Amber Heard, because there's a lot of damage control that needs to be done, okay? People are coming out now and really scrutinizing Blake's character. They are comparing her to the Karen of Hollywood. They are comparing her to a mean girl. They are saying she lacks, general sensitivity, that the marketing for and the promotion of this movie, It Ends With Us, is a complete, not a sham, but complete failure, okay? Rather than showing up on the red carpet to talk about the film, to talk about, DV, to talk about the other actors and what the storyline is about, she makes it more about her, a fashion show, bringing in her husband, bringing in Hugh Jackman. It's like a party on the red carpet rather than it being, a real tribute and a real promotion for the film. In fact, she is caught saying, we don't get paid to promote the film. So in other words, and even saying that out loud is a little weird, right? Whether you get paid or not, does that mean that you shouldn't be proud of the work that you're doing? That she's also a co-producer on the film. And in fact, her co-star was quite complimentary, and everything that he said about Blake is, really nice. It's quite opposite from anything that Blake has to say about him. All right, let me give you guys a little bit of context here for those who are not familiar with all the drama surrounding It Ends With Us. Number one, it did do well opening weekend. It brought in $50 million at the box office. And although, this is an adaptation of Colleen Hoover's book, it touches on an important topic. We mentioned DV. And the male lead and the film's director is Justin Baldoni. Now, you can see and hear, and there's evidence of Justin Baldoni giving a lot of praise and accolades to Blake Lively. She's a producer on the film. He said that she, was integral to making the film actually better, that she is, she had a lot of input in the fashion, in the scenes, in the editing. Like, pretty much she played a big part, and he really praised her for that. Whereas what you've noticed, and what people did start to notice, is fans noticed that Blake and Justin didn't do any press together. And in fact, there was a speculation of this rift, and it got worse after fans noticed that Justin wasn't even included in any of the group photos at the New York City premiere. So she didn't pose. The co-producer and director of the film, Justin Baldoni, who bought the rights for this book, It Ends With Us, who chose to bring Blake onto the project. Now, there's so much going on negative about this, not only from the press, from the promotion, from the recent interview that a journalist published 9 days ago that has 3 million views, showcasing Blake as not a nice person, basically ignoring the interviewer, making her very uncomfortable. Justin reportedly hired veteran PR crisis manager Melissa Nathan. And again, she is the one that was on Johnny Depp's team. So Blake Lively now is under a lot of scrutiny. Here are some of the topics that I'm seeing on the side of YouTube. Okay, Blake Lively being a bully. Is Blake Lively Hollywood's Karen? Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, It Ends With Us drama. Blake Lively is messy. Celebrities flipping out at disrespectful interviews. Oh my gosh. So inside Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's insanely lavish life. So now people are also looking at their relationship. It basically is showcasing and showing Blake in a light that isn't positive. It's showing her in a light that is speaking of her as being very insensitive. People are also speculating that this is a woman who, grew up in privilege from a family that, has been in film. She just fell into her career. She really has never had any hardships. So how the heck can she relate even to DV? She's probably never seen it in her life, doesn't really experience it. She's an actress, not even a person who grew up as a child thinking, I want to be an actress. Supposedly she just fell into it because her brother told her to, audition for something, and then she got the part. So again, everything in her life seems to just have fallen into place. Certainly not saying that she's not a good actress or that she's not necessarily, I'm not saying she's a bad person, but what's clear is she's extremely sensitive about her being pregnant. Okay. There was other evidence and other videos that I've watched where the interviewer, anytime the interview ever comments or makes reference to her belly or her bump or whatever, she's like in complete denial or she gets upset. Imagine that you are an interviewer and you're saying, oh, congratulations, on your bump. And then she says to a woman who's not pregnant, oh, congratulations on your bump. That's super embarrassing. Everybody knows this. And when you're showing up on a talk show, you're obviously pregnant. The male host said to her, oh, you're having a baby. And she's like, what makes you say that? Like, that makes it really uncomfortable. One of the things that has been noted is that Blake and Ryan Reynolds, they always troll each other. Okay. Blake has this, I would say, sarcastic sense of humor. And I think normally people didn't make it a big deal. But the fact that all of these things are happening all at once is like the perfect storm. They say good things happen in threes, bad things happen in three. What are the three things that are happening bad here? She is being viewed as being self-promotional. She is being criticized for, telling women to wear their florals to come watch this movie. There has been no real mention of the seriousness, the gravity, the mission, the purpose of this story. It ends with us. In another interview where an interviewer said, hey, where can people, reach out to you if they want to reach out to you regarding this film, regarding the serious nature of this film, kind of like, where those who have had an issue reach out. She's like, oh, did you want my number? Do you want my address? Like, she made a complete joke about it and laughed it off. And so maybe under normal circumstances, when she's not being accused of as a Karen prior to this, Mean Girl interview coming out, that people would think, oh, that's just Blake. She's just funny. Her and, Ryan are just that kind of a character. No, people are actually looking at it now and saying, oh, was she mean all along? How did we miss this mean girl energy? How did we miss this, woman of privilege and really being insensitive to this film? The other thing is, why is it necessary to say, listen, you don't get paid to promote, so don't think that I'm going to be here on any red carpet or any premiere promoting this film. I'm going to promote my, hair products. I'm going to promote my husband's movie. I'm going to promote my fashion. I'm going to promote my style. I'm going to promote myself, basically. It had nothing, no accolades, no, kudos to her co-stars, to kudos to Justin Baldoni for choosing to make this film. It was really everything is centered around Blake being kind of a meanie and a mean girl. So I'm really surprised. We've not covered Blake before here on Daily Break TV, but I think we're going to be in tune and in touch and watching how the cookie crumbles, if she's going to keep the Karen label or how she's going to climb out of this very difficult, icky situation. What do you guys think? Are you pro Blake Lively? Has your, view of her, image of her been tainted? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Would love to know in the comments below.